Hello, it is a beautiful summer evening and I'm in front of this flowering bush because I figured you guys deserve some kind of time outside of my house and just wanted to show that I have been outside of my house too, which is wonderful. I just got back from a nice Labor Day vacation and I wanted to shoot a video, but I didn't because I'm just not a YouTuber. I am a person with TSW and I do my best to give you guys good content, and I know that it's just kind of mediocre, so might be. But yes, I'm outside. I was able to put my feet in the sand and I took some sandy walks along the beach. I didn't have any issues, and I waded around in some water, some lake water, and I didn't have any issues. What victories, right? This time last year with holes in my feet, I could barely make it across the carpet in my bedroom without going crazy. So here I am outside with bare feet and legs in sand, sitting on sand, and I'm totally okay. So that is just really super great. So I hope me being outside today can show you will be outside today too if you're not able to be outside currently due to your health. I have watched a lot of life through windows for the past going on 3 years, where I will just watch the summer kind of go by while I'm inside because it's too hot for me to go outside and it'll affect my skin, or I can be outside for a little bit in the sun but then I can't be outside too much more because it'll affect my skin and I'll get itchy. So all of that, it's really hard watching other people do fun summer things and just still being home inside because you can't be outside because either you look too frightful and you're too embarrassed, or you're just in too much pain and you feel too terrible, or you can kind of do some things but you can't do a lot and people can't understand some of your limitations too. So here's what I look like. I've still got these stupid cracks here. They don't hurt, they just look terrible. I look just like I'm permanently scowling and super angry. Yeah, my forehead is always kind of crummy. Ears still. For the past few months, I have had, well, it hasn't been an ear infection. It's just been fluid in my ears for maybe like 2 months again. It's the same ear. I think it was month 7 that I had my first ear infection, just because I'll ooze on the inside of my ears. And then I think my eustachian tube, at least when I went in to get it checked out by the doctor, said my eustachian tube could just be kind of swollen and not able to get drainage from in my ear out. So that makes sense with everywhere in my body being really puffy, and I can't wear my wedding ring because my hands are still all puffy. And anyway, so I think that makes sense anyway, as far as any kind of eustachian tube inside of my ear would be all puffy too. That was very challenging and kind of scary for 2 months, just hoping that my ear would get better. And I went in and the doctor was like, no, it's not an infection. It's not like you can really do anything. Go and get it checked out if you're having pain and pressure. But mine did. I waited out and it got better. So sharing that for anybody else who has ear issues, obviously end up going away eventually, but it was very tiresome to have a painful ear for so long just because it was so full of fluid. So yeah, you can kind of see my chest and arms and shoulders here just still kind of rough and flaky, but I've been doing so much better for the past, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks. I've been having just some really tough months for the past few months since my last update, where I was in kind of a dark, bad place and feeling really disappointed and all of the TSW things, like, why is my healing journey taking so slow? Am I doing something wrong? No, I know I'm definitely not doing anything wrong. I know there's nothing I can do to really speed up my healing process, blah, blah, blah. All the things that we've already talked about ad nauseum on the channel. So I just experienced so much ooze again, out of my face, and especially my chest has been so bad and it just has not let up. And so really everywhere was just kind of oozy again. And there's nothing more demoralizing, I think, in TSW than having ooze come back after ooze has been gone. So that has really toned down again. I've been able to change my sheets every other night versus every night, but I can't wait to be able to never change my sheets every night again. What? But I know it's gonna happen, and I'm happy that I've kind of stabilized, and my eyebrows are pretty much mostly back again, so that's great. Hopefully they'll stick around a little bit longer. I wanted in the worst way to do I'm on month 30, flirty and thriving video to be cute, but month 30 rolled around. I was like, this could not be the more opposite of how I feel. I do not feel flirty. I am not thriving. Like, I'm just kind of back to surviving. But I have been still able to take showers, and that's been great. My last update, I was saying that I was taking more like dry days where it'd be kind of a dry day in between taking a shower. And for the past little bit here, I've been taking like maybe a couple of showers a day. If I feel like in the morning, I'll get kind of exfoliated, moisturized, and then if I dry out by the end of the day, I'll just take another little quick rinse off to get rehydrated and put lotion on, and that's been feeling really nice too. So just once again reminding you to give yourself permission to experiment and like kind of ride the flux, ride the wave of TSW, and you don't have to militantly subscribe to anything. Like dry days felt good for a while, and now I'm enjoying being kind of moister for a while too, and just not maybe exfoliating for that second shower, but just kind of getting moisture back in my skin has helped keep me comfortable. And two, I've noticed that like if I start having an itch attack, now that like there's so many different triggers to itch attacks, right? But like if I'm having an itch attack just due to kind of dryness, that I can go and take a quick shower and kind of re-moisturize, and it just like totally resets my system and like helps me not have an itch attack. So that's been really great with this shape that my skin's in. So yeah, TSW is really hard. It's still going on. I want to be more wild than I am, but I'm not. And that's okay too. Like, this is a process, and I've really reached acceptance, I feel like, again, for the process. I think that emotionally you go in waves too, like you do with your physical symptoms. You can be feeling great and then the next day kind of be worse and then feeling great again really quickly. So whatever your emotional journey has looked like, mine's been definitely up and down. I was really wrestling the past few months with just feeling bad still and not feeling like myself still. Like, it's going on 3 years of just not feeling like myself and just having every day be hard. Like, I'm tired of every day being hard and everything being an obstacle to overcome. Like, really simple things like getting dressed still hurts and still sucks. Like, I still hate putting clothes on. I put on stupidly a shirt today that I hadn't worn in a long time and got full body hives. So it's like stuff like that. Why can't life just get easier during this? And it has. So it's good to keep yourself focused on the small wins and the things that you have to be thankful for every day. I can walk without pain, and I can take showers, and my showers are lots shorter than they have been. I don't have to exfoliate quite as much. My vision's back. All of those are wonderful things, but it's also okay to see that it's hard and it's long and just accept that, I guess. Maybe that's been some of the happiness that I have found lately, where it's just accepting, you know what, I would love to have a great summer like everybody else. I'd love for this not to be kind of my third summer spent indoors, but it's not. And this is what God has for me right now, and that's going to be the best thing for me. And I can just try and live within that as cheerfully as I can, and to not have a pity party for myself. Like, I think that self-pity is really gross, number one, and really not healthy for you or anybody around you. I think that it's good to feel your feelings, but also to say, you know what, I have a lot to be thankful for, and not to have kind of toxic gratification where you can just say, you know what, I'm not suffering because I don't have cancer, you know, like go to the most suffering extreme and be like, well, I still have all my limbs and I'm not a quadriplegic. And I was like, well, yes, of course, it's not the suffering Olympics out here. But so it's good to feel your feels, to stay grateful, and just kind of accept where you're at. That this is where I'm at right now, and I guess I'm grateful for where I'm at right now, even as limited and as hard and as sucky as every day is, and that it's just kind of a grind every day, trying to get through each day, and still just kind of counting down time until I can live better. I would love to be able to live each day more fully and not just be excited for it to be over so that I have one less day of TSW I have to go through, but it's okay. It's okay right now. I'm doing okay. But again, I want to underscore that not everybody's journey is going to be my journey, and that I think that I have had like an especially hard journey just because of my steroid use. I've used clobetasol on my face and eyelids for at least 4 years straight without knowing what it was. I used memetazone before then, so those are class 1 and class 2 steroids. Used steroid eye drops, used all of the steroids, used oral steroids, gotten steroid shots. So I've had a really, really high steroid load that I've had to get out, and my body has been really broken by the steroids. I think that some people can detox or get over their withdrawal a little bit faster if their bodies are less wrecked beforehand. But like my body was very wrecked, and then I went on withdrawal. So if you're strong and like able to work out and physically fit and your body is holding up well, it's just your skin that's puking out, I think your withdrawal is going to be shorter and maybe a little bit easier, but definitely shorter than mine has been. My body just hasn't been much of a body for me for at least kind of a decade of my life. That's why TSW is kind of so exciting for me too, is that I think after I'm done with this, I'm going to get a body that I really in recent memory have never had. So I'm really excited about that, and I've just been keeping my eye on the prize as far as remembering, like, I've had a really, really strong steroid load, and just being really grateful for what my body is doing. I can tell that like I still am healing. My thing that I've been doing kind of for the past month, I don't know if it's helped at all. So I've just been super dosing ginger, like so doing ginger shots every day, juiced ginger, cooking with tons of ginger. I still do my protein shake every morning. I can link that below of foods and stuff that I like to eat, but still doing collagen and protein. And I'll just put tons of ginger powder in there. And ginger is a huge anti-inflammatory, and it's good for your gut and health and all that. So I don't know if that's what's maybe helped take some of my inflammation down. I was just really, really puffy again. So puffy and oozy, and just kind of feeling like a human wound. So I did only have to take one bath, maybe two, even when I was at my crappiest during this past bout where I have not updated you. So it's not like I'm back in the tub for 8 hours a day or something like I was 2 years ago. I'm feeling grateful, still going through it though. So I can't wait to share more happy and positive news with you, and I know that I'm going to continue to get better, and I still look tons better than I have lately, but it's just so freaking slow. So we'll see if fall has anything wonderful in store for me. But until then, I hope this wasn't a downer, just trying to like be real for everybody in every stage of their journey, whether or not you need hope and encouragement that in the midst of feeling bad, or whether or not you need hope and encouragement that you are going to get better. It's both. Like, you're allowed to feel bad, but it is going to get better, and it has gotten better for me. So